Welcome everybody. So, yeah, I've invented a new way to make delicious coffee. So let me show you. I like to use the manual filter method using Melitta's thing here that you can just put on a mug. Um, but the thing is, it takes a lot of effort. It takes quite a bit of pouring of the water and everything to make your mug of coffee. So, yeah, but yeah, let me show you how I have invented something that makes this much easier to do. So yeah, the first thing I would do is warm my, because I previously boiled the water here, warm the mug with a bit of the boiled water. Um, and then, yeah, I use number 4 Melitta filters. But what I do is I actually cut the top of these off, like so. Doubling up how many cups of coffee I get out of the one filter, which I'll show you in a second. But for this one, we're going to use the bottom half of the filter here. And yeah, I fold the bottom of the filter. So let's place that in the thing here. And yeah, I'm for my midday coffee, where it's about just gone 1 o'clock. Um, I like a sort of a medium roast. I mean, this is Lavazza's Gran Aroma, which I say is a light roast, but it tastes more like a medium roast. And yeah, I quite like this. So let's add some coffee here to the filter. And yeah, you basically you just need to, depending on the darkness of the roast, you just need to adjust how much coffee you use. So for this, I use like a heaped tablespoon. But for a dark roast, I may use just over a level tablespoon. Yeah, you don't need anything like as much. Okay, so let me seal this back up. And yeah, the if you look out for the when the ground, a reasonable quality ground coffee is on offer at the supermarket. I mean, you can get it like for um, maybe like $7 or $8 a pack, and you get a good many cups of coffee out of that one bag. Um, okay, so now the way you would normally do this is you would like perhaps fill the filter with a good amount of water, and then you just basically have to repeat that over and over until you fill your mug. But the thing is, as I say, it's very much like it's a laborious process. And you also get those like fancy water pour things. Yeah, no, I'm not interested in that. So I was thinking, um, what about, is there some way, you could like drip the water onto the coffee grounds, so it sort of semi-automatically makes brews the coffee for you. And yeah, indeed, what I found was I found a these stainless steel um, uh, purification sort of containers here. Um, And yeah, what I've done is so if you can see that, I've drilled holes in the bottom of this to evenly drip the water um, over the coffee grounds using obviously it's crucial, the hole size is crucial. So yeah, I used a 1/64 inch drill bit. um, yeah, it's so fine, such a fine drill bit. Yeah, it's very easy to break it, but I found even then the remainder still allowed me to punch the holes through the because stainless steel is a fairly soft metal. Okay. So yeah, and yeah, for this, where you're using a bottom filter, you just sort of hold up the sterilizer to the light to see where the holes are arranged, and then you just position this over the coffee ground so they line up. Except first, yeah, you want to warm the sterilizer first, so you're not immediately losing a good deal of heat. Okay, so let's again see how the holes are aligned. Then you just line them up and place it on the over the thing there, and then yeah, you just of course then fill up add enough water to the container there for your mug of coffee, or if you can, of course, you don't have to use and look, you can see it or dripping through there. You don't have to use a mug. You can use I also use a Pyrex measuring jug to allow me to make almost two mugs worth in a single go. If you're like making it for two people, and then you'd fill it like close to the top of the container there. Um, and what you can also do is if you find you need to sort of top up the water, you can add water to the lid and just add that, um, and then just add that to the top. Um, Now the the you do need to be very careful, ensuring that everything is well seated on your mug or whatever, because yeah, you get a right mess if you manage to knock it off. So yeah, you just need to take a good deal of care to ensure that everything is carefully seated on the mug. Um, and yeah, I mean, you so this perhaps wouldn't be suitable with if you've got young children around, because you could they might knock it off, or if you've got pets, you need to be obviously very careful that they don't knock it either. Um, but anyway, so while that's brewing my coffee for me, as you can see, I've got a second sterilizer here because, yeah, with the where I'm using the top half of the filters. So what I do is I take like one from both ends of the parts that I've cut off, like so. And then what I do is I arrange these. Let me. I place these in a stainless steel small sieve. Uh, Let me show you. With the holes facing down of the filters, you can feel them. So you just place them in the bottom of the stainless steel filter, the stainless steel sieve. So then you get it fully sort of covers the bottom there. Um, you wet the filter paper with a bit of hot water. Um, yeah, so you get a good seal there. and then you just add the grounds to that. So yeah, as I say, doing that, that doubles up how many cups of coffee you get for each filter. 2 cups per filter. So that's a really a money saving trick I employ there. And then yeah, the difference is with this other jar. Hopefully you can see that the holes then are arranged in a sort of evenly over the whole of the bottom of the sterilizer. So then again, it's evenly dripping the water onto the coffee grounds. Um, and yeah, that works extremely well. And with that method, um, you may find you actually use, I don't know, yeah, you end up using not perhaps less coffee than you would do normally if you're making it the normal way. Um, because yeah, I think you perhaps have a tendency to use more coffee, so then you don't end up having to, spend forever refilling it up to make the single mug. Um, so you can see there, it's already almost finished my one mug. Let's see, yeah, that's getting there nicely. And yeah, what I will typically do if is yeah, just take the lift the lid off and then pour the remainder of the water into the filter. So you're like finishing it off and get the as much as possible out of the coffee grounds as you can. Um, and yeah, I mean, I um, I very much enjoy just black coffee. So no sugar, no milk, which makes for I reckon, a pretty healthy beverage. Um, Yeah, and as long as you're using half decent coffee, um, then it tastes darn good. Well, as I say, without adding anything. I mean, back in the UK, I did used to have like 2 sugars and milk, which is probably quite common, but that was probably more from using like instant or something, so a really poor quality coffee. But yeah, if you use real coffee, um, and yeah, I think you'll find that it tastes very good on its own. So you're getting like, there's very few calories that you get with like uh, with a coffee. So here, yeah, like I haven't used quite enough. You sort of guesstimate how much water you need for one mug, and yeah, if you haven't used quite enough, just add a bit more water to the kettle and just swish it around so then that heats up a bit, and then so a few other things that to bear in mind is so because the holes in this are 1/64 inch, so are tiny little holes, you do need to use filtered water. So I use like a Brita filter, which filters out the lime scale, because without that, yeah, these holes clog up pretty quickly if you're in like a hard water area. But yeah, I mean, I would use the Brita filter anyway, so that's not really an issue. Um, Another thing is the uh, brewing the coffee. It does lose a little bit of heat because yeah, you need it needs to be good and hot for best enjoyment. So all I do is I heat the mug after it's finished for 50 seconds in the microwave. So it's that's easy, isn't it? There's no problem because most people have microwaves. And the beauty of this is, yeah, I mean, say you're out, you could use this method while you're camping. You know, say if you've got an insulated mug, yeah, you can obviously still boil up some water on your campfire, and yeah, you could make yourself a really good filtered coffee out in the wild. So it's I reckon that'll be pretty. Obviously, yeah, you would need to bring um, yeah, ideally bring filtered water, but even if you're using like a water from a clean spring or something, yeah, that would work fine for the short amount of time, you know, you're camping or whatever. Um, so yeah, I reckon this is, and I had a look online. I don't believe no one else has thought of this. There's no patents or anything that I could see for this. Method of making a coffee. Because if you look at, and I'm not a fan of it, if you look at how Mr. Coffee, the way that it drips the water, that looks like super inefficient. Because it's just like a single sort of drip part. I mean, that to me looks really inefficient. Yeah, and um, so with this, you don't have to, you know, eventually that's going to like clog up and everything and break at some point. But yeah, um, if the only bit of maintenance you need with this is when your breeder filter eventually fills up and it starts like, you know, the lime scale starts sort of coming through, then yeah, your sterilizer will clog up. But then to clear the holes, you just need to swish around a bit of white vinegar and you know, like 1/3 white vinegar to water, just add a bit into the container and just keep swishing it about until the holes are cleared. And yeah, away you go again. You know, obviously you'd rinse it out. So yeah, and I'd be very interested if any of you guys try out this method. Um, but if by some miracle, you know, this my video gets seen by a good many, then I bet that yeah, I think there should be some people around the world that would find this a very interesting tip. But we'll see. So yeah, bye for now.